Let's go ahead and commend our champions of each individual group. Champion individuals here. Certainly pleased with the group of cattle we got out here. The kids have done a second to none job of presentation, and you get at the top end of these particular classes, and there's certainly high quality here. For me, nothing to take away from the two steers, the dairy steer and the dairy cross steer. Certainly high quality individuals that represent their breeds within and have a lot of positive attributes to them. But the two calves as we get out here for champion in this particular drive is the young man here in front of me and the young man with the black quality steer. As we analyze our middleweight steer and our heavyweight steer, there's give or take, and you can see them however you want to at ringside. This judge and livestock thing comes down to personal preference. But there's certainly, a lot we can agree with. The young man's heavyweight calf here in front of me is a calf that's a big top steer. He's got great extension from his shoulder forward. He's really neat in terms of his presence and how he comes across the ring with so much boldness and power. He's opened up in his rib cage. He's really stout body. He's big top. He's big at the square at his pin set there with enough product coming down through the lower portion of his round into his stifle. He's a big structure type of a calf. For me, he wants to open up a little bit in his shoulder. He wants to toe out as you get him in place. The calf I like to give more stride length to as we put him into motion. Certainly a lot of quality to that calf, a lot of positive attributes to that particular calf. The Bobby steer that comes out of the next division. One in a perfect world, we'd say, is that one truly long enough hip? Probably not. But it's really hard to pick a hole in that particular calf other than that. I'd maybe clean him up in his chest floor, but a calf from his shoulder forward has as much shouldering presence as we've seen throughout the day. He's a big loin steer. He's a steer that's going to handle hang a great carcass. He handles well in terms of his cover and his finish. I really admire a lot of things about that calf, and more importantly, he's so structurally correct when you put him into motion. He's a big-footed calf that stands square and wide. He tracks away square and wide. As you put that calf into motion, he's got great flexibility, but more importantly, he's got great show-ring presence, and that's what I really admire about this particular calf. I'll be the first to admit, he's not the cleanest chested, he's not the longest hip, but other than that calf is so good in so many areas and brings so much to the table. So it certainly comes down to personal preference and how you want to analyze them. I certainly wouldn't disagree with you if you wanted to go either way. It wouldn't bother me a bit. But for me today, the one that just balances, puts so much together structurally, has so much stoutness of feature, so much topside skeleton, the young man's Bobby steer is going to go ahead and win this particular steer show. Congratulations.